Hi friends, I hope you're all doing well. So today I have for you a gold and bronze smoky eye using the Mcgrath Bronze Seduction palette. So to start with prepping my face, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base all over my face. This works wonderfully under makeup, and you can use it on its own as a primer as well. So I'm just making sure that my face is nice and primed and moisturized, ready for the makeup. This ensures that the makeup lasts longer and it even makes your makeup look better. So make sure to moisturize. So next up I'm going to use the Henriksen Banana Eye Cream under my eyes. Hydrated eyes equals good concealer. So I'm making sure to really get that in there, moisturize nice and well under the eyes. And now I'm going to use the Caudalie Beauty Elixir all over my face to give myself a little freshness, a little more dewiness. And to prime, I'm going to use the Mercier Pure Canvas Blurring Primer, as usual, to blur and prime my face. I'm addicted to this stuff, it's amazing. So I'm only using this primer in the areas where I have a little bit more texture, where I need a little bit more help with softening and smoothing. So that's why I'm only using it in the middle of my face and on my nose, just to make sure that I have a nice smooth base. So for foundation, I'm using the SYNCHRO Skin Foundation by Shiseido, which also has an SPF 30, but it doesn't cause flashback, which is amazing. And I use this for all occasions, special events, every day. It's a very versatile product, and it's called the Self-Refreshing Foundation, which sounds crazy, but it actually is. It never leaves me crusty or dry or crepey or anything. It's a medium coverage buildable foundation, which I love so much, and you can see it's just luminous and dewy, but not too dewy, and it's not matte. It's a wonderful foundation, really. So I'm just going to put that all over my face using a brush just to make sure that it's evenly distributed, and then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender to pounce that into my skin. So now going in with the beauty blender, I'm just going to make sure that the foundation is meshed into my skin, and make sure that the foundation is seamless so that there aren't any streaks or spots or any patchiness, and nothing does that as well as a beauty blender. To highlight and conceal, I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in Neutral. So I'm going to be using this to highlight and conceal. So I'm going to highlight the areas which I want accentuated, such as the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, brow bone, and I'm even going to put it alongside my eyes to give my eyes a more feline effect. So I'm just going to pounce that in place. And you don't have to apply it alongside the eyes, but if you are looking for that feline effect, putting a lighter concealer around the eyes really does the trick. It makes the eyes look nice and snatched, and it makes them look like they're going upwards. So that's the effect I wanted today. And now going in with the Huda Beauty Tantour in Light. This is my first time trying this product, and I have to say I really like it. It's extremely creamy and buildable. I thought it would be a little bit hard to work with, but it's really not. It's extremely easy to use, and it blends in like a dream. You can put a layer upon layer, and it's just not going to cake up or build up or anything. It's just going to be seamless and smooth and extremely blendable, so I really love it. It's very comparable to the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, if you've tried that. You can see it just blends like a dream. So I'm just warming up the contours of my face, making sure that I have dimension. With this full glam look, you really want your face to have dimension, highlight, shadows, and of course you want the high points of your face, like your cheekbone, to really stand out. So this is what this product helps do. I want my face to be nice and highlighted, so I'm going to use the Becca Ignite Highlighter in Creativity on the high points of my face, cupid's bow, cheekbone, bridge of the nose, point of the nose. This highlighter is so strong, you can see it just packs a punch. It's beaming, you can see it from space. It's beautiful. Especially with a full glam look, it just fits so perfectly. And I'm just going to pounce my beauty blender on top of that highlighter to make sure that it's blended into the skin and that it doesn't look patchy or streaky or anything like that. And this way I have a nice dewy golden base. On top of everything, it smells amazing. Now I'm using the Nudestix Nudies Matte Cream Blush in Sunkissed on my cheeks to add a little bit of color and a little bit of warmth. It's a really pretty peachy terracotta shade, which will work perfectly with the golden eyes. So just blending that in and then setting it all with the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder. And drop. I always forget that that's there. So this is the perfect no color powder. It really has no flashback, no color, nothing. It's just translucent, invisible, and it works on every single skin tone. So I'm just setting underneath my eyes, around my nose, on my forehead, the T-zone area, and anywhere which I'm going to add powder on next. And because it is so finely milled, I can overdo with the powder a little bit. And using the compact powder puff that it comes with, I'm also just going to put that underneath my eyes to make sure that they're nice and locked in. This little puff really is so handy. I didn't think I would use it this much, but I do. So now for powder bronzer, I'm just going to use the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker and Caramel Cutie on the high points of my face, excluding the cheekbones. And this will just add a little bit more dimension and a little bit more warmth. Now I'm just going to prime the eyes using the Nars Tinted Eye Primer. I do this to make sure that the eyes have a good base, as well as giving my eyes a nice clean slate. It gives my eyes the perfect one-dimensional canvas to work on, so I can play with the colors and manipulate the way I want, instead of me having to work harder to ensure there's enough pigmentation. So for my brows, I'm going to start off using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter to push my brows up and create the arch shape that I like. And this unique brush head allows me to push up every single hair and keep it locked in place. So I'm just going to push them up because you always want your brows to be pushed up. This way your face looks more youthful, and I'm doing the exact same thing with the Benefit Gimme Brow. And because the Gimme Brow has a lot of tint and some fibers in it as well, I'm using it to define my brows even further and just seeing where I really need to add that pencil, because once you do these two steps, you really don't need to add that much brow pencil. I'm just going to use the pencil to fill in any gaps or define. So now taking the Precisely My Brow by Benefit in the shade 3.5, I'm creating the shape that I want. So I'm giving myself that arch and I'm giving myself that defined look at the beginning of the brows. So instead of filling in the entire brow, I'm just defining it. Doing that to the other brow. To make sure that the brows look as natural as possible, I'm just mimicking the direction in which my eyebrows are already going in. To create my super dramatic gold smoky eye, I'm going in with the Mcgrath Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette. So I forgot to film the part where I outlined the shape of the eye that I wanted to create, but basically I just outlined my eye and created a wing shape, and I slowly just blended and diffused that out to make it a little bit more smoky and blown out. And now I'm going in with a darker color, the darkest from the palette, and adding some more dimension and a little bit more darkness on the outer corners. Slowly bringing that in and blending that in. Because I want a dramatic feline shape, I'm bringing the shadow all the way out, extended like an eyeliner, parallel to my cheekbones. So I've left the middle part blank, and in this area I'm just going to put in the lightest color, which is this pale champagne gold, which acts as a half cut crease because I left it empty. So I'm just going to pack that on using the brush and then using my fingers to make sure that it's nice and pigmented, and then continuously blending it out. And then on top I'm going with the gold topper, which Pat is so known for. She puts her toppers at the very end of the palette, so you can use on top of the shadows or on its own, but I'm just going to use it on top of this beautiful gold shade. And to create the shape you want and blend everything out, you don't just want to close your eyes, you want to look straight into the mirror and see where your crease naturally hits, and then follow that. Now I'm doing the exact same thing to the other eye, starting off with the mid-tone brown, looking straight into the mirror, finding my crease, and then going a little bit over that to create this feline shape. So I'm just making the shape I want and then blending it out, diffusing it slowly. And the great thing about Pat McGrath shadows is they are so pigmented and so blendable. The easiest shadows you will ever use. So now I'm just adding more dimension using the darker color. And then blending it out, just blending, leaving the middle part blank and then putting the gold in the middle to act as a semi-cut crease. So over here I'm winging out my shadow to give me that feline effect, but I'm also diffusing it so it's not too harsh and too dramatic. And now I'm adding the gold shade to the middle to act as the half cut crease. And then going in with the gold topper for that extra pop of shimmery gold. Using your fingers always works best for shimmery shades, so that's what I'm doing here. This way the shade is most pigmented and most glossy. Now I'm just going to outline my eyes with the Smashbox fishnet liner. To create my wing liner, I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash Liner, which is my favorite liner right now because of how black it is and how smooth it is. So I'm just going to slowly build up that liner, and then once I apply my lashes, I'm going to make it thicker and make the wings super sharp. Do you guys like seeing me doing my liner, or is it just a step you'd rather skip? Because I can easily leave it out if it's something you don't like seeing. But you know, I thought in case you have an eye shape that's similar to mine, you might want to see how I like to do my eyeliner and see if it might work for you. So because there's never enough glitter, I'm just going to use the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Distortion and Midnight Cowboy on top to give me that extra halo sparkly effect. I'm going to put this underneath as well to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. And now going into mascara, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes as per usual. I just can't seem to quit it. I don't know. It's really good. And I love that it has two sides. Options, you know. So I'm just giving myself a few coats, top and bottom. This is the eye look without lashes. Now let's add lashes. These are the Kiss Beauty Lash Couture Boudoir lashes. Now that the eye look is pretty much complete, I'm going to move on back to my base and perfect it. So I'm going to add a little bit more cream highlighter. Would you look at that beam? Oh my god. It's like sunlight. And blend it out so it's not too crazy, although I don't mind. And now I'm going to make my wing even sharper. And I'm going to make the look even more sparkly using the Midnight Cowboy Heavy Metal Glitter by Urban Decay. And to create a faux cut crease effect, I'm going to put a line on this inner crease scoop area. I don't know how to explain it, but you can see just here I'm going to put a line to make sure it looks more like a cut crease and to make my lid look larger. So now moving on to powder blush, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic in Pillow Talk, which has some glow as well. But of course I need more highlighter, so I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette in 002 Glitz on the high points of my face, cheekbones, bridge of the nose, you know. Look at that. Love it. Now using the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Love Trap, which is my perfect nude, way better than Pillow Talk. You can see it just mimics my natural color so well. Since I want my lips to be a beigey nude color, I'm going to outline my entire lips with this lip cheat to make sure that my lipstick stays on the entire day. And to go on top, I'm going to use the Nudestix Nudies Matte in Sunkissed to lighten them a bit. Because I want the eyes to be the focus of this look, I'm keeping my lips nude and subdued. And to lock everything in place, I'm going on top with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So this is the finished look, a dramatic gold smoky eye. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!